Hello everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome to our community. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot, formerly Divine Truth Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide as we flow through the journey of the tarot and oracle world. So I've chosen these 4 decks to work with today. We have our Earth Magic deck, our Osho's and Tarot. Very different interpretation of the tarot deck, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and the Angel Tarot cards. If this is your first time, please have a look around, watch some of the videos. I've got several videos, they're timeless, so you can watch a video from a year ago. It can feel like it resonates for this time period of your journey. This is a journey that transcends space and time, and I do speak to the divine counterparts, and I do refer to divine masculine as he, divine feminine as she, but please know that it's energy, it's interchangeable in the physical bodies, and that we all carry both feminine and masculine energies. Sometimes you'll feel more dominantly feminine, and other times you'll feel more dominantly masculine. The idea on this journey is to come into sacred inner union, where you have that fine balance of the masculine and the feminine, weaving this beautiful story of surrender and compassion and nurture and unconditional love with the action and the leadership. And so this is the journey. This is your journey. This is our journey. This is my journey. Let's start with the Osho's and Tarot. And let's have a look. Let's have a look into the energies of what is going on. I do want to speak to the ascension symptoms for a moment here. So there are some really, really heavy duty ascension symptoms that are going on at this time in the collective. Some of the ascension symptoms are dehydration, a feeling of just intense or excessive thirst, either increased appetite or decreased appetite. But dehydration is definitely one of the prominent ascension symptoms at this time, as well as sacral chakra cramps and pains, bloating, gas. Yeah, hate to say it, hate to be the bearer of that news, but gaseous elements, farting, or as the Bostonians say it, farting. So some farting going on. Definitely some energies of sinus congestion, nasal congestion, neck and shoulder pain. If you suffer from TMJ, I actually feel that I do suffer from it's actually TMD, but people just refer to it as TMJ. The TMJ is actually a joint. It's temporomandibular disorder, TMD. So everyone has TMJs, right? We have 1 on each side, or is it 2 on each side? Anyway, point being, a lot of you who haven't experienced TMD before will be experiencing it now, clenching and grinding of the teeth due to the stress of not being with your divine counterpart. Even if you're in surrender, this could be happening in dream state, or you just may be finding that you're grinding or clenching your teeth during the daytime, during times of stress. And we are in a period of increased stress, So first card that wants to come out, I'm going to go ahead and call in my archangels, my light team, my guides, my ancestors. And Archangel Michael, please create a loving sphere of protection around this reading with your golden white light of purity. And please allow me to be a pure vessel of divine truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Aho, amen. We have the Knight of Wands. You would think this would be the fastest moving knight in the deck, right? It's actually the Knight of Swords that's the fastest moving, because he's decisive. He's decided on what he wants. The Knight of Wands exists more in the spiritual realm, or the 5D, and Knight of Pentacles and the 3D, Knight of Cups, in our emotional realm, in our emotional place in the heart. So the Knight of Wands speaks to the intensity with which we're feeling this journey right now. Okay, the heightened sensitivity, the heightened emotions, the heightened physical sensations. Like, it was so bad yesterday that I had a migraine, extreme sensitivity to light and to temperature, and I was unable to function. I wanted to do some readings yesterday. It just was not going to happen. I want you guys to honor where you're at on your journey, and I want you to honor when you're feeling like you need to rest. like you need to just hydrate, like you need to take a day or a week off of work. Like, I feel like, and I know I have subscribers in Australia, New Zealand, Europe, all over the world, Canada. And I want to say that we have it backwards here in the US. What do we take? We get a week or two off if we're lucky, a year. Whereas in Europe, it's like they leave, during May, I'll be back in September, don't email me, this is when you can contact me. So I really feel like, the siestas, okay, in other parts of the world, and some of you exist and live in these parts of the world. And I apologize for that, guys, that noise. It wasn't here when I started the reading. That's my neighbor. He's working on his boat. I apologize. I hope it's not too loud, and I hope that it stops soon. But I did want to be on the porch. We have very few comfortable days left here in the world. We have very few comfortable temperature-wise days here left where I live, and this is actually a very low humidity day, so I'm outside on the porch enjoying it. So I hope that's okay. So yeah, the intensity has really ramped up. The Schumann resonance, for those of you familiar with the Schumann resonance, the energies are felt here on Earth. The waves are felt here on Earth, and it has been off the charts since at least April 30th. I mean off the charts, literally, figuratively and literally. So we're feeling these sensations really intensely, as well as the divine masculines being in this tower moment. So the divine masculines are in this tower moment where a lot of them have shut down temporarily. Some of them are coming out of this tower moment. Others of them are entering this tower moment, and still others are in the midst of this tower moment. And so the divine feminine wants to be really mindful right now of where her energy is at, to help him rebalance and to be that guiding light to bring him back home to himself. Because when you're in that place, when you're in that tower moment, you really can't see ahead of you. You can't see the good. You can't see the possibilities. You can't see your divine feminine. So a lot of the masculines, if you have reached out, there's a message here for some of you. If you've reached out to your masculine recently, like in the past 2 weeks or so, and they have not responded, like just completely silence, no response, they are not purposefully ignoring you. They are just not in the state of mind to be able to respond at this time. They feel depleted. They feel scared of the future. They're in fear. I just feel like I just heard fight or flight. So they're in this fight or flight place. And I also feel like a lot of them are grasping on to the past and that which is going to be going and leaving their life here in eclipse season. A lot of them are rebuilding their lives at this time after leaving their former lives behind, and they're finding it more difficult than they may have expected. So for a lot of the feminines, it's our job right now to have full faith and trust in the divine and to really release your divine counterpart. And just really turn physically turn away from this connection, not energetically, not with your heart, but in your 3D world. It's time to focus back on you. It's time to put all that energy and time and devotion that you're feeling towards your counterpart and trying to rescue them or save them, because I myself have caught myself doing this, and I've had lots of people reaching out to me. A lot of you reached out to your counterparts, in fact, the same day that I did last week, and some got responses, some didn't, some got undesirable responses. So regardless, do not take it personally, and understand that the masculine energy is sort of under attack at this moment and really needing the light of the inner divine feminine that they're tuning into and the outer divine feminine. So let's get a card for the masculines. There we go. Masculines feel like they need to speak. Beyond illusions, the Judgment card. Oh, wow. Look at this. So sequential. Number 20, number 21 of the major arcana. Guys, this is a divinely guided intervention for the masculines. I think that's going to be my title, if I can remember it. Divinely guided intervention. You have the Judgment card and you have the World card. The Judgment card, the redemption card, seeing beyond the illusions. Look, seeing with your third eye. Guys, this is also why a lot of you, your masculine energy is having headaches or migraines or blurry vision or just facial pain, orofacial pain, like teeth pain, jaw pain, all of this. I'm talking about intense to where you can't focus, you can't concentrate, you can't work. Light hurts, sound hurts, concentrating hurts, focusing hurts, talking hurts, everything hurts, breathing hurts. Okay, the nasal sinus congestion. You can see how we're, as we're going through this period where your spinal bones, your facial bones are being cracked open in the energetic sense, and you're feeling this very intensely, like a heaviness, especially on the sphenoid bone, okay, which sits kind of behind the eyes or next to the eyes. And also all the bones. God, it's been a while since I've taken anatomy, but I did take anatomy 1 and 2 in college. And also the bones of the face. So the bones that hold the nose in place, the bones of the jaw, that connect into the ear, okay, the ear canal, all of this is being affected right now. And so, yeah, the masculines they have their eyes closed at this time because they're doing deep transformational work. You see the dragonfly here that makes up the face of this individual. It's interesting. Actually, it's a butterfly, but I see a dragonfly here and a butterfly. So definitely transition. Dragonflies signify transitions and butterflies signify transformations. So transformation taking place right now for both counterparts. That is really, I just heard blowing things out of the water, and the masculines are really having a hard time dealing with this. So let's find out. In particular, let's find out, well, what does this mean? Like, what are the masculines experiencing? And the completion card, as you guys know, it's the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle, okay? This is the missing piece, the missing link. But first, they have to go through this process of seeing beyond the illusions. Many of them who haven't broken free yet from the Matrix or don't believe that the Matrix is real. And guys, by the way, thank you for your emails. Thank you for reaching out. I've had a lot of you reach out just to show solidarity and support as I've been vulnerable and as I've filled you in on what's going on with me and my journey recently. It's been very challenging since February. I mean, very challenging. And I thank you for your patience and especially those of you who have booked personal readings, because I did get a little behind the past 2 months, but I'm going to have the readings out early this month, and I'm going to try to allow, once I get through a few more readings next week, I'm going to open up for a few more readings to come through. So those of you who have booked with me, if I haven't responded to your email, it's because I don't yet have the space, and I will respond, and it will be first come, first serve. And if you've emailed me already, you will be in line. So don't worry. And if I haven't responded, if you've emailed me to thank me, if you've emailed me just to ask me questions, thank you so much. And I want you to know that I read your emails. If I don't have the energy, or if I don't have the capacity or the time to respond in a complete or thorough way, I may not respond. I get a little overwhelmed with emails, but please know that I am in gratitude for all of you and all of your messages, and I'll do my best to address your questions in videos if I'm not able to respond personally. And for all of you over on Patreon, a big shout out to all of my supporters over there. Thank you so, so much for being there, just supporting the community, supporting my work, supporting my mission at this time. So yeah, the missing puzzle piece for the masculines, but this has been really challenging for them to realize that their belief systems are not in tune with who they are now. So who they were is not who they are. And so they're having trouble finding, they have clarity, but they're having trouble believing the clarity. They're having trouble coming to terms. Grayson! They're having trouble coming to terms with the truth, and they're having trouble coming to terms with what is really going on right now with the state of affairs of the world and global events. And it's almost like I see some of them, they're having trouble seeing beyond this illusion, but the intensity is here to let us know that they're pushing through, okay? They're pushing through this period. They're pushing through this time. TJ, down. Sorry guys, cat lady duty. I'm still here. Okay, lots of noises. Apologize for that. I hope that's not too distracting, but at the same time, really called to do this reading outside today. Okay. I don't blame the motorcycles for wanting to be out today. It's really a pretty day. They're probably headed out to the beach. Okay, so let's see. Now, all right. Spirit, tell me more about beyond illusion and completion. Tell me more about these cards for the masculines. Yep, this has been coming up for the masculine energy. So they're Seven of Wands. They're defending their beliefs with intensity. This is, remember, the Knight of Wands. They're defending their beliefs and they're moving forwards, even if it's excruciatingly, emotionally painful, psychologically painful, and mentally painful, even spiritually painful for them to acknowledge the changes that have occurred within them over the past year and a half, and also for them to acknowledge the changes in their relationships, because as they change, their relationships have changed. And I feel like they've had to defend their belief system, and they're really starting to just show their true selves to people around them, to their families and to their friends. And this hasn't been easy for them, but they're really standing their ground. And I feel like they're speaking to a select few, like a group of people, and they're being really honest about how they feel. They're being really honest about their truths. And then to other people, they may be showing little bits and pieces of their true self, but they're doing it very carefully and diligently. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so I feel like this is, they're trying to have compassion for those people in their lives that are blind to the truth, have blinders on, have not awakened to the illusion of the matrix. I feel like the masculines now have a better understanding of why their feminine was wanting to really convince them of what was happening. And it's like, no matter how much the feminine tried, the masculine was sort of pushing back or resisting. But now the masculines are realizing, wow, I see what she was defending. Like he's also defending you. Guys, even if he's silent, he's also defending you in the connection. Queen of Pentacles is a very stable energy. So they're stabilizing their energy. They're stabilizing their surroundings in the 3D. They're stabilizing their home. They're busy working on making their new house a home. So for those masculines who have moved house or home, or out of a house that they shared with a karmic partner, they're really busy making that house into somewhere nurturing for themselves and their children, right? Their pets, somewhere they can come home to and really feel at ease. They're like, it's almost like I see a lot of them have a room for meditation now, or they're just creating an oasis for themselves in the space in which they live. Okay. Spirit, tell me more about, well, the masculine's working. Okay, they want me to focus on the masculine for a minute. So masculine energy, what are they feeling in regards to this connection? I feel like many of them aren't able to focus on the connection right now. That card so wants to come out. Interesting. The Magician card. So, which comes another major arcana energy for the masculines, which comes right after the Fool card. So right after you've started this new journey that they are on, okay? Right after you've completed a cycle, you've found the missing puzzle piece. There's always a new adventure. There's always a new chapter of your journey to begin. That's when you have the Magician card, the Magician energy. So the Magician energy comes in to let the masculine know that they have options and they have tools that they can use. They don't have to rely on other people, that they actually have the wisdom, they have the power, they have the knowledge within themselves. to transform their lives. And Spirit, tell me with more clarity, why is the Magician card showing up for the masculines? Remember, we asked how they were viewing the connection. I forgot I had asked that. So how they were viewing the connection. We got the Magician card. Also, the energy of pondering their existence. Now, that's deep right now for the masculines. That's part of the Tower moment. Who am I? But who actually am I? Beyond the labels, beyond the illusion, beyond the illusion. Who am I? Okay, who am I becoming? Who am I here to be? I feel like for a lot of these masculines, they're finding themselves at this time. Two of Swords. Some of them are in denial, pretending that there's an issue. Some of them are at sort of a crossroads, if you will, a stalemate, choosing not to make a decision. Moving towards you, moving away from you, moving forward, backward, in all aspects of their lives. But in regards to the connection, I feel like they're pondering this connection. They're looking deeper. So a lot of them are researching, they're asking questions, they're working with psychiatrists, they're working with counselors, they're working with spiritual teachers and shamans, they're working with, some of them, sound healers, acupuncturists. They're digging deeper beyond the surface because, again, they're seeing beyond the illusion, and it's very intense for them. It's a very intense experience right now for all of us. So Spirit, tell me more here about the existence card. Tell me more about the existence card here, the Magician energy, the Two of Swords, as to how the masculine's viewing the connection. He's sort of, like I said, pretending that this, like putting this on the back burner, like it's not a problem, it's fine, everything's fine, I just need to, work on the task at hand. He's really got his hands full. Tell me more, Spirit. Can you clarify the Two of Swords? But he is wondering about this connection. He is wanting to know more. Maybe what he's blind to, because oftentimes the Swords energy is sort of a blind spot in our minds or our thoughts, our ideas, is that he can't yet see that this connection is a blessing. So maybe he can't yet see that there are blessings, in disguise. They may be disguised as endings, right? With the completion card. That seeing beyond the illusion is a blessing, but it doesn't feel that way initially. It feels scary. It feels like the ground has literally been ripped up underneath you, and feels like you're in a dream within a dream, and nothing, like reality suddenly doesn't make sense anymore. He feels like he doesn't make sense anymore. Interesting. Okay, so what energies is the masculine moving towards or into? What energy is the masculine moving towards or into? Fulfillment. We have the juicy peach. Some masculines are actually going to be moving into feeling that sacral pull towards their feminine again. The peach is the juicy bum, the juicy ass. So some of the masculines are going to be craving the feminine's juices, craving the feminine, like your body. Okay, so some of them, that's how some of them are going to be dealing with this energy, and they're going to move into this energy of, so some of them might come in with like a sexual offer. It'll be up to you to decide how to sort of contend with that. The challenging energies. It's challenging for the masculine. These are all positive cards, blessings, fulfillment, and miracles. But I asked, what are the challenges for the masculine with this current energy or upcoming energy? It's hard for them to believe that miracles exist. So it's been challenging for the masculine to believe that this connection can actually work, that it can actually, that you guys can come together in harmonious connection and partnership. Tell me more about this, Spirit. It's hard for the masculine to believe that they could fully remove their mask. There's something that this masculine is afraid of the feminine finding out. And for the masculines, it's like she's going to find out I'm not actually worthy of her. She's going to find out that there's somebody so much better for her, that a lot of the masculines, like I've said in previous readings last week, are suffering from lack of worthiness, unable to see themselves clearly. They don't think they have anything to offer somebody like you. Courage, the strength card. So it's going to take strength and courage for the masculine to take off their mask and to come forward and to believe in the miracle that is this connection. I feel like some of the masculines have lost their faith in the divine. Some of them are struggling with their relationship with God. And you know, when you're struggling with your relationship with God, it turns into an existential struggle. What is the meaning of life? Well, then why am I here, right? If God doesn't exist, or if God doesn't see me, or God has forgotten about me, then why am I even here? What is the point of all this? And you tend to focus on your suffering when you're in the existential struggle and angst. So the masculines are in this place of existential struggle, existence. Why am I here? Okay. And can I move beyond the illusions of this 3D world? Oh, TJ, excuse you. That's rude. That's very rude. People are watching this. Okay. So, good boy. Good boy. You watching the lizards? Good boy. Okay. Such a smart cat. Okay. What will it? Wow. Okay. Wow. Holy shit. Holy fuck. I asked. Sometimes I ask out loud. Sometimes I ask in my mind as I was shuffling. What will assist the masculines in moving out of this energy, moving into this courage, right? Moving into this energy of blessings and fulfillment. Look at, I mean, the energy is there. It's ripe. It's a ripe peach. The energy is ripe for the masculine to create a sense of fulfillment in their lives, but they have to choose it. They have to have the strength to choose it. They have to remove that mother effing mask. It's time, masculines. It's time. Complete that puzzle. Move on to a new puzzle. New moon. We have a Taurus new moon on May 11th. New moon. The promise of what? Of union. The promise. This is the energy. This Taurus new moon is going to be pretty magical for the masculine energy. I feel like for those of you who this is resonating for, if your masculine is experiencing this existential crisis, you can feel this without having confirmation of it in the 3D, by the way. Okay. A lot of first wavers are still in no communication or very little, minimal communication. A lot of second and third wavers I'm seeing are in regular communication. This is just what I'm seeing. This is just trends and patterns that I'm noticing. Remember, guys, it's not a competition. We're ahead, you're behind. No, no. We're all in this together. Second, third, first wave. They're just labels, they're just titles. Take it. If it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Don't stress yourself out over readings, guys. Don't make something fit if it doesn't fit. You're going to just create more stress, more tension, more pain, more sadness, more angst. Don't do it. I would so much rather somebody, if a reading is not resonating, just click off. Click on another reading of mine. Or click on, if there's other readers you follow, maybe their reading will resonate that day. It just depends on the day and the energy. And I pick up for the collective. So these are collective energies. But it's also your inner and outer masculine that we're tuning into here. So use it for your inner masculine. Tree grounding. So the masculines, something the masculines can do to assist them is to ground themselves in this energy, to really create a space of balance. This new moon, oh my gosh. Okay, I just put two and two together. Ding, ding. The new moon is in Taurus, an earth sign. Look at this, grounding, earthing. One thing that you can do right now to assist your inner masculine, which will translate into assisting the outer masculine, is to nurture that masculine. How? Take off your shoes, place your feet in soil, place your feet in the grass, place your feet on pavement. If that's all you have, concrete pavement, that's fine. It's still earth, it's still on the ground. And there's electrical conductors on the bottom of your feet. Okay, there's energy systems on the bottom of your feet, and it's like the roots of a tree. And you can imagine yourself, do a little meditation where you imagine yourself grounding into the earth, rooting down deeply into the center of the earth, underneath, right? As above, so below, creating this beautiful contrast, but this beautiful synergy, this beautiful relationship and interconnectedness. You have the ability, feminines, right now to shift your connection drastically with this new moon in Taurus, working on your inner masculine energy. Do not disturb my reading. Thank you. Don't be a dick. Don't do it. Cats can be dicks sometimes. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Good boy. Good sweetheart. I love you. Okay. So let's look into the energies. Now, since this has turned into a masculine reading, I will be doing a feminine reading next. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. All right. What can the masculine energy do to help bring forth union with this new moon in Taurus on May 11th? What can the masculine energy do? What can they shift? What can they focus on? Okay. Damn it. So they can stop focusing on what's gone wrong, okay? This is kind of pissing me off. Look at this. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords. They are in their headspace right now, guys. I'm telling you, it's a mental battlefield right now for the masculines in their own minds. 2 of Swords. I mean, this is like, they just can't see how this could ever work out. And the thing is the feminine's like, I see all the possibilities. That's the feminine energy. I see all the possibilities. So this could be your inner masculine. There's maybe a project that you're working on, plans that need revision. Great sadness. So feminines, if you've been feeling the sadness recently, this is confirmation. This majority of this is your masculine's energy and them feeling sadness of what didn't work out. And you see like a family here nurturing the children. This could also indicate that the masculine's doing some deep inner child wounding healing work. This could also indicate that the masculine is tending to or helping to heal their children, especially if they're going through a divorce or separation, okay? So the masculine, it's like the energy I'm feeling, and you guys know that this is Divine Truth. It was formerly Divine Truth Tarot, now Lunar Goddess Tarot. This is about the truth, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's painful. The masculines are not really thinking about the feminines right now. They're not thinking about union. They're dealing with all of this. They're dealing with their children. They're dealing with their inner child. They're dealing with healing. And yet the energy is also here and present and available for them to manifest union. And they're going to move towards that. This is current energies that I'm picking up on. Remember, whatever time you're watching this, it's timeless. It's current energies. So the masculines feel like it's just bad timing. Like, it's bad timing. I met my feminine at the wrong time. It's like, why couldn't, like, they're dwelling on what's not working instead of dwelling on what is. And then we have the Emperor coming up again. They're being too logical. They're too much caught up in their own minds. The logic, the organization, it doesn't make sense. A and B don't make sense. They don't lead to C. A and B are leading to Z. I don't understand. They're guarding their hearts. So a lot of them, their hearts are closed at this time as they move through this. Okay. Spirit, tell me what energy the masculines are moving. Look at this. Rainbow blessings, Milky Way perspective. I didn't even need to shuffle. They flew right out. So the masculine, the healing work for the masculines right now is counting their blessings, focusing with gratitude on what they have, which will help them to be able to manifest more blessings and more abundance. And also gaining new perspective. Remember, there was a time where people thought the only galaxy that existed was our Milky Way. Now we know that there's billions of other galaxies. I don't know exactly if it's billions. Lots of other galaxies. I think maybe billions, thousands. Okay? And so it's perspective. Oh, actually there's more than one galaxy. We're not the center of the universe. We are but one piece of the universe. So the masculines are definitely gaining perspective on life. They're gaining perspective on the meaning of life at this time. This is deep, deep stuff. They're going deep within, but it looks like kind of like a dark hole, a black hole. And then there's the light at the center. So they're sort of out here and they're making their way towards the light. They're becoming the light for themselves. So another reason they might be pushing you away is because they need to do this work on their own, and they're very fully aware of this. There's also a protection order around the feminines right now, because we're so deep into our mission that if the masculines can't come in with kindness and truth, they're not allowed to enter. That's a story for another day, folks. So we're going to go ahead and end the masculine reading here. I do want to do a feminine reading. I didn't intend for this to be masculine. This is what wanted to come out. So I just sort of went with the flow. I hope this has answered some questions and given you guys some clarity. Talk amongst yourselves in the live chat. Give the video a like, a thumbs up. It really helps. It takes 2 seconds, 1 second. It really helps other people find my channel who need the information, can benefit from what I'm sharing, and it helps my channel grow. It helps me to achieve abundance and success in my mission and doing what I love. And what else? I'll have the information below for Patreon if you'd like to check that out, if you'd like to join and open up and access, depending on which tier you join, there's different levels of access. As far as personal readings, I will be likely opening them up later this month, but give me a week or so to get caught up on the readings that I currently have booked. And so stay tuned for that. So please don't email me at this time for a reading. If you're watching this on, May 8th, if you're watching this at a later point in time, like towards the end of the month, that's probably fine. And what else? That's it, guys. Have a beautiful day. I will see you soon. And don't forget to check out the Divine Feminine reading coming up next. Cheers.